My presentation is about the media, and I will especially focus on the history of the Korea. The media advancement throughout the years. In the Joseon dynasty, the only media was from the Saganwon, Saeonbuokmungan. We call it as Three Media Press Center in Joseon dynasty. They dealt with variety of issues in and out of the country. Not like these days, the media was focused on the government and they were able to control the whole information. Most of the information was about who was elected for the crown, first place in the 과거시험, which is a test for picking a new governor, and which is a very plain information to see. And that information got throughout the Joseon dynasty by placing a board throughout the countries. Also, the media was used for special occasions such as warning the government for starting war near the border. For example, we had a Joseon had a really big war with Japan, which we call as 임진왜란, and the government was able to receive the information about the 임진왜란 in just only 2 days. After the Joseon dynasty, still the media was not able to gain its freedom from the government because the Korea was under Japan's control. In other words, Korea was colonized by Japan. Most of the press was under Japan's control and they were forced to write articles favoring Japan's policy in the Korean peninsula. And in that time, the press favoring Japan was able to grow to mass media company, which is now Joseon and Donghwa. They were expressing Anjung-gun Eusa, which is very famous Korean person for freeing the country, and the Korea Resistance as a terrorist in the 1960s. There were a lot of new newspapers launched throughout the area of Korea. It was kind of a new burst of the media. But however, in 1952, a coup was done by Park Chung-hee as a former military man, and as a result, he gained the of control of the media, and they were no more send news freely, but to send filtered information by the government. Not a single song was not allowed to show on TV unless the government officials allowed it. Many of the young reporters and announcers ended up in prison for not taking the government's order or criticizing the government policy, such as in the 1960s to gain economic growth of Korea. The government ordered the companies to lower the labor's cost, and because of that, many laborers workers were very working in severe conditions, and as a result, it looked like the end of our media because it was sending Park Chung-hee's birthday much more important than the one young man's death because of the hard labor atmosphere. Thank you.